Hi, I'm Anastasia, a fashion designer with over 20 years of experience and a sewing educator. And I'm really excited you're here to share another sewing adventure with me today. Welcome to Sewing Anastasia, and today we are gonna upcycle a denim skirt, super long, midi length, and it's too big for me. And we are gonna make this a super cute, fun skirt. We're gonna change out the buttons, we're gonna add some decorative stitches. We are gonna give this skirt a makeover. This skirt is part of Upcycling September, where I'm creating one upcycle every single day. So that's 30 upcycles in 30 days. This sewing adventure is so awesome. So if you wanna follow along, make sure you use the hashtag Upcycling September to check out all of my upcycles and everybody else who's participating as well. Make sure you follow my Instagram, Sew Anastasia, because I am posting on there all day, every day, all the upcycles that I'm creating. I'm posting in stories, I'm posting in reels, I'm posting in posts. So make sure you head over to Sew Anastasia on Instagram to follow the upcycling adventure. And if you'd like to participate, make sure you tag all of your upcycles, Upcycling September. And at the very end of the month, I'm going to be picking a random winner to win virtual sewing lessons with me. So fun! If you're not already a subscriber to Sew Anastasia, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when all the new videos come out. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, Sew Anastasia, and following along on my sewing adventures. The first thing we're gonna do is figure out how much fabric I need to take off the waist. And since this skirt buttons up and it basically wraps on me right now, this is gonna be so easy. So the buttons are over here right now, and I need the buttons way over here. So what we're gonna do is figure out where our new button placement is going to be, and it's way over here. And I'm gonna put a pin right at the waist so I know where to line up the button placket. And now what we're gonna do is cut off all this extra fabric and sew new buttons down the side. So you can see how much better this skirt is going to fit, and we're gonna sew cute red buttons about 6 down. So I'm also going to be hemming the skirt. So while I have it on, I'm also gonna put my hand at my side, and then I'm gonna put a pin right below my fingers so I know exactly where I wanna hem it to. We're gonna cut off all that fabric at the bottom as well. Now what we need to do is add 2 inches over from the pin, because we need that 2 inches to be able to sew back on some buttons. So if you notice where these buttons are, it has the fabric folded in the inside. So we need to do the same thing. So we're gonna measure over 2 inches, and then we're gonna chalk. And we're gonna do this all the way down to our pin where we're hemming it. There we go. And now what we can do is just cut this extra chunk off all the way down our skirt. Now that we have that figured out, we're gonna mark our hem. So let's measure from the waist down to that pin. So when I measure from the waist down to the pin, it's about 14.5. I wanna give 1/2 inch for seam allowance, so I'm gonna be marking 15 inches down from my waist all the way around my skirt. So I'm gonna open it up and lay it flat. And start marking. All finished marking. Now that we're all marked, grab your scissors and let's cut off all this extra fabric. Cutting into an upcycle always feels a little bit scary because there's no going back. So make sure you measure twice and cut once. Woo, our skirt got a lot smaller. Now that we have the skirt all chopped up, we need to serge the raw edges. And if you don't have a serger, no worries, you can zigzag or overcast your fabric. Now that we have all the edges finished, we need to hem it. I'm going to turn under center front 1.5 inches, and then I'm going to turn up the bottom 1/2 inch. I'm going to be stitching right next to the serge, and this is going to give us a flap to be able to sew our buttons on the front. Let's head over to the sewing machine and hem this skirt up. Now I'm going to sew up the button facing. Back stitch at the end and cut. Our button facing is sewn down and it's looking great, nice and even all the way down. If we turn it to the inside, it looks something like that. Now that that's finished, it's time to hem up the bottom. I'm going to be hemming my skirt up a 1/2 inch. The hem is looking great, nice and even, and our nice finished serge on the back. Next, I'm gonna add a large decorative stitch right next to the buttonholes to give this skirt a little pizzazz. Today I'm going to be using the Husqvarna Viking Designer Epic 2 for my decorative stitch, but if you don't have this machine, don't worry, you can come up with your own creative idea to create some ornamentation down the front of your skirt, or you could do any selection of decorative stitches on your sewing machine that you love. I'm going to be using stitch 32 in the Omni Motion stitches on the Husqvarna Viking Designer Epic 2. Let's give this decorative stitch a whirl. We did it! We finished! Let's check it out. The decorative stitch turned out awesome. Let's take a look at it. Check out the decorative stitch. It's gonna be so cute next to the red buttons. Next, I'm gonna lay my buttonhole placket on top of my button placket and mark exactly where I need those buttons to go. So I have it lined up, and now I'm gonna mark with chalk right in the center of each buttonhole so I know where to place my buttons. There we go. Our last step is sewing on the buttons, and if you need help sewing on some buttons, make sure you check out my video on that. So I'm gonna go sew on 5 buttons, and then the skirt will be done and we can try it on and check it out. I did it! The buttons are on and that decorative stitch looks awesome next to those red buttons. I'm gonna try it on and check it out. Check it out! I finished the skirt and I think it looks so cute. I'm gonna wear it off to the side like this, asymmetrical. That's why I did 1 line of decorative stitching, and I love the matching red buttons. What a huge transformation from that skirt before that was very dowdy, too long, too big, made it super cute, gave it my personal style, and now I am loving it. Upcycling is such an amazing adventure to take something that you would never wear in a million years to something that you would wear every day. And how easy was this upcycle? It was so easy. So imagine all the potential and possibility in your closet or at the thrift store. Don't forget to tag all of your upcycles this month, Upcycling September, because I want to see your upcycles and your creativity and be able to share it with everyone else. Also, it'll automatically enter you in the giveaway, and I'll be drawing at the end of the month 1 random person to win virtual sewing lessons with me. Also, remember to follow my Instagram, Anastasia, so that way you can see all 30 upcycled projects. If you enjoyed this video today, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it some applause, and leave a comment down below. I would love to know what you thought about it, or what would you have done to the skirt? I would love to hear your creative ideas too. Also, if you're not already a subscriber, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when all the new videos come out. And if you're already a follower, thank you so much for following along with me on all of my sewing adventures. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!